Hey guys, BoHD here from How To and More, and today I want to talk about smartwatches but focus primarily on the rumored Apple iWatch. But before I do that, I want to say two quick things. First of all, I want to thank you guys for your awesome feedback you've given me in my latest videos, whether that be the commenting or liking. It's all been great and I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys stay tuned for all the awesome tech videos I have planned for the future. The second thing has to address the fanboys when it comes to companies like Apple, Google, or Samsung. Now personally, I own a Samsung Galaxy S3. I love it, I think it's awesome, but as far as branding goes, I would never bias myself towards one specific company. I think in life it's always important to hear both sides of a story and to make decisions based off information from both sides of an argument. So as for technology goes on my How To and More channel, I want to do my best to make sure to talk about, review, and test out technology that isn't one specific brand like Apple or Google. So I'm always going to make sure there's no bias, and I like technology. I'm not going to focus on one specific brand. But that's all I wanted to say, so let's get back to talking about the iWatch. Now smartwatches have really seemed to be taking over within the last several months. We have smartwatches with accelerometers and GPS functionalities and ink displays and customizable apps, but one problem among all these watches remains. What does it take for the watches to become mainstream and on the wrist of all consumers? That is where Apple comes into play. The latest report says Apple is in development of a smartwatch, or iWatch, which is currently being produced by its manufacturing partners Foxconn, and it describes a watch or a snap-on device that is going to fit on the consumer's wrist like a watch, but not necessarily be labeled as a watch. This report goes hand in hand with a patent Apple recently published describing a flexible, wearable video device arranged to be worn around an end user. It says it is able to adjust the amount of information that is present to the user based on how much of this display is viewable when worn. It'll have some sort of internet connection like Wi-Fi or LTE, a battery, a data and power connector, and a circuit for the display. What's really interesting here is the fact that the iWatch doesn't have a processor, which means it could just mirror content from your iPod, iPad, or whatever iDevice you have. It also mentions the battery will be self-charged by a kinetic energy gathering component that will allow the battery to be trickle charged. Basically what that means is that it will require very low energy and won't have to be charged very often. Now with all this Apple iWatch speculation, nobody knows for sure when it's going to come out. If it's going to have the curved glass look, it could be anywhere between now and 3 years before we see this product. Now there's another rumor that says Apple is in development of an iWatch with an OLED display, but this doesn't match the patents filed and just definitely wouldn't have the curved look. This rumor goes on to say that it has received orders from Apple for a device that has a 1.5-inch OLED display with a SIM card, an Intel chip, Bluetooth, apps, and Siri voice controls. It is said to interact with a coupled iPhone and be released in the next 6 months. So as for which rumor is more correct than the other, I'd personally put my money on the flexible iWatch. It matches up with all the patents and would really revolutionize the smartwatch industry with the first of its kind flexible wrist-like device. I think it is absolutely essential Apple does this right, invests a ton of time and money into this product to make it perfect before it is released to the public. Now I think there's definitely a market for smartwatches, and if Apple can make a stylish and practical device that works well, I think everyone will want to wear a smartwatch. I would personally like to see Apple perfect the voice commands feature with Siri and throw that on board the iWatch, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think down below in a comment. If you guys would like to be featured in one of my upcoming videos, just tweet this video. All you have to do is click the click to tweet link down below. I think it's the first link in the description bar. If you just click that and tweet it, I will post your Twitter name in my next video. So that'll about do it for this video. In my last video I talked about the top 5 features of the Google Chrome Pixel, and I asked you guys what you thought was the best feature of a laptop and why. If you haven't seen that video, definitely make sure to check it out right down there, and also check out what other people had to say in the comments. I'm BoHD from How To and More. Feel free to add me on my social networks over there, and as always, thanks for watching.